Teachers, so many of you have been clamoring for a solution that might allow you to use Google Assignments and SpeedGrader together, and I present to you Google Assignments Lti 1.3. So this particular setup will allow you to assign a template document in Google Assignments, will allow you to use Google Originality Reports, and then give student feedback either on a rubric or feedback via comments in SpeedGrader, grade the assignment within Canvas, and sidestep the syncing of grades back from Google Assignments into your gradebook. So that being said, we'll go ahead and get started with an example assignment. So I'm going to cover two steps in one here. We're going to create an example assignment, and you'll notice that I'm just going to put Google Assignment Lti 1.3. I'm going to say check out my new assignment type. Okay, and anyway, if I wanted to, I could put instructions here. I could also put instructions in the template document if I wanted to, that I might assign within Google Assignments. But anyway, that being said, I'm just going to put that here. We'll go ahead and make sure that we have the number of points that we want the assignment to count for. Here, we'll put this in the correct assignment group. In this case, I only have one. And then I'm going to leave this as no submission for right now, because what I'm going to do is to attach a rubric to this before I assign the tool. Google does not allow you to assign the tool first and save the assignment and then attach a rubric from within Canvas. So just so be sure that you save it as a no submission type if you want a rubric from Canvas attached to this. All right, so we'll go ahead and click on the due date. We'll make it due tonight at 11:59 p.m. And now I'm just going to click Save. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this rubric here. I'm going to find a rubric. We're just going to go here to this Level 3 writing task, and I'm just going to scroll down and click on this rubric, and now notice that I've got all of these fine points here. I may want to edit the rubric to make sure that this that this is all equal to 100 points, however I want to do it. Now the next thing I need to do is I actually need to assign the tool. So I'm going to go back into Edit, and we're going to go down here to No Submission, and now I'm going to click on External Tool. Click on Find, and I'm going to scroll down here and notice that Google Assignments Lti 1.3 is available. And by the way, if you ever use the old Google Cloud assignments, this is very similar. It does a similar thing. It basically creates a copy of the assignment for the students, but like I said, this just now allows you to grade it in SpeedGrader. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Continue. And guess what? I get that option right there to either grade it in Google Assignments or grade it in SpeedGrader. There are advantages to both. Just keep in mind that in Google Assignments, this will actually change the ownership of the document to you whenever the student turns it in, and then you can kind of trade ownership of that document back and forth. Canvas SpeedGrader, on the other hand, what it does is it uploads a copy of the Google document at the moment it's submitted, but it does not change the permissions on the document but to just belong to you. So you and the student continue to have editing rights to the document, and you still have a copy of that document in your Google Drive. So let's look up here at the top. We're going to go ahead and click on this Originality Report. So this will actually flag any passages that are going to be pulled from any resources that Google has indexed, including internal papers here at the school that have been submitted. I can also go over here and I can attach a file, or I can create a new document. And in this particular case, I'm going to create a new document here. Notice that it's untitled, so we're not going to give the student any title to the document. Now each student will get a copy. When this happens, and when I assign this, every student gets a copy with their name on the front of it, and then untitled document as the suffix there. And then I can go ahead and click on Create. So we're saving the details of the assignment, and we just go ahead and click Select. And now that is going to be an external tool assignment. Now I can click on Save and Publish. All right, so we're just going to wait for this to render here for a second. and you'll notice here that the assignment tool has rendered. There's one file there, but there are no student submissions yet. And also notice up here that I've got this little SpeedGrader thing. We'll go into that here in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens on you right here, and I'm going to show you what the student sees. So I'm going to refresh here. And now the student just sees this particular assignment, this Google Assignment LTI 1.3, and we're going to click on this, and it's going to take a minute to render here. Just kind of work it up and down right there, so you can see the frame. There we go. And so now the assignment has rendered, and what I'm going to do is to click on Open to attach and submit. And this is going to open a new tab, and you'll notice here that I can submit this file. I can do I've got this, add files or whatever. I can add additional files to this. I can create a file if I want to. This might be something that you allow your students to do rather than providing them with a template. You can provide a template to the file or for them if you want to put the instructions in the template, or you have a particular format you want to put it in. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to find some some generator. Let's just go ahead and see if we can find some text here. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and take this and copy it, and I'm just going to put it in here. There we go. So now I've got this lorem ipsum text in here, and I can go ahead and run an originality report. And let's see, reports show matches between text in each of your attached Google documents and files on the web. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and run, and then let's see how long it takes to run this. View the originality report. Oh yeah, we got a flag passage right here. So you'll notice that I've got a flag passage. I'm going to turn this in anyway, just so you can see what it looks like if the student turns in an assignment with a flag passage. Unfortunately, you cannot turn this off for students. They can run their own originality reports if you use originality reports with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the back arrow right here. We're just going to submit it anyway. We're going to see what the teacher sees whenever there's a flag passage. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit, and there we go. So it's processing these files for the LMS. If I do a refresh here, it's going to show that the file has been uploaded. All right. So let's go back over here and let's see what the teacher sees. So I'm going to refresh the teacher screen here, and we'll notice here that I have a file here, and I can click on this. I've got one flag passage, so I can see what the flag passage is in here. And I can provide some feedback to the student in SpeedGrader. So let's take a look at what you're going to see in SpeedGrader now. So for those of you who have used SpeedGrader before, this is it. We're going to see this copy of this particular document, and what I can do is to provide highlights, which, for instance, I could just take this particular thing right here and highlight it. Just leave some lorem ipsum text. Okay, so we'll do that. We can provide some written feedback. So for instance, I can put that there. I can change the color of it, whatever I want to do. Provide another nice punctuation. There we go. So I've given them some feedback there. And now let's check this out. Let's go ahead and just bump this over a little bit, and I can do a rubric. So I can go ahead and put in the number of points that I want to do on here. 3, let's do 4, let's do 4, let's do 2. And then now I got 16 out of 24 points. Okay, so that's going to give me a 66 on there. So anyway, I can go up here to the grade. There we go. So 16 out of 24 points, hit save, and then in this particular case, we're going to student 66%. Okay, so or 67. All right, we'll round that up. And now I'm going to say you plagiarized this. Go back and fix. All right, so let's see, is it, there we go. And now I can go ahead and hit submit. All right, I can reassign the assignment to the student and give them the opportunity to fix this, okay? But in this particular case, it's done. Let's take a look at what the student's going to see. Let me go ahead and flip back over here. And I'm going to go ahead and let's look at grades. All right, so now the grades have been turned in. I can see what the students see here. Let's go ahead and click on that. And notice here I've got some feedback. I've also got some feedback here on the document itself, and should be able to see the handwritten annotation, which is there, along with the highlight that I left. So I've got that, and this is what the student is now going to see as a result. Okay, so notice that we have kind of the best of both worlds. Student can also look at the rubric up here and see how they did on the assignment. The only thing that I don't particularly care about this is that the student can't see the rubric ahead of time before they actually do the assignment. So if I jump back over here to the assignment 1.3, notice that I don't have a view of that rubric. So it may be something that you want to put into your put a link to the rubric in the assignment description here, or you may put upload a copy of the rubric to your module so that the student can see what it is they're supposed to be doing. You could also put the rubric inside, a copy of the rubric maybe inside the template of the document if you wanted to do it that way. So this is a way that you can use Google Assignments along with SpeedGrader. Kind of gives you the best of both worlds. I do believe that the late assignment submission now works. But what happens is when the students go in to look at their grades, if I jump back over here to the student, okay, so this is the student grades here. Let's go ahead and click on that. I would actually have to uncheck this calculated based on only graded assignments. So if an assignment has been ungraded or has been turned in late and it's ungraded, then it's going to show up as dinging the student's grade. You may not see this in the teacher grade book. So the only thing that you might see in the teacher grade book is just that blue flag on the assignment, which would be, say, right here. If I click on this right here and click late, okay, just like that, and we'll just say it was late one day. There we go. Or it's missing. We could do it that way. That would be a missing assignment. So anyway, however you want to do that is fine. But anyway, now you can see how Google Assignments works along with SpeedGrader, and hopefully you can leverage this tool. If you want some additional help on this, please feel free to stop by and see me. I would love to be able to help you out in terms of leveraging this for better student outcomes.